you nurture an idea, success is only visible when you put action to it. This implies to the life of this great icon I have with me here in the studio today. Believe me, I'll have to go take a deep breath before I unmask this ebullient personality of our time. Yes, he is ebullient because he is always boiling with great new ideas every day and he's achieving them all. A warm welcome to your #1 ultimate show on TV, Celebrating Icons with Ify. Sit tight, relax, I'll be right back, don't go nowhere.
Dr. Abayomi Ajayi was born in Lagos and lost his parents at a very tender age. He attended the popular CMS Grammar School, Lagos, Nigeria, from 1973 to 1978. Graduated from the College of Medicine, University of Lagos in 1984. He is also an alumnus of the Stanford University Seed Institute for Innovation in Developing Economics. He is a Nigerian obstetrician, gynecologist. Dr. Abayomi Ajayi is the Managing Director, Nordica Fertility Center, Lagos, which pioneered the intracytoplasmic morphologically selected injection (IMSI) in Nigeria. The clinic specializes in vitro fertilization (IVF) and treatment of infertility. Dr. Abayomi Ajayi is the country's representative of the Obgyn.net, a network of the obstetricians and gynecologists all over the world, and has memberships of many international professional associations, including the Global Health Council. Happily married to a very beautiful woman and blessed with lovely children.
Welcome back. As I said before, I have an ebullient personality. Here with me in the studio, he is a dogged doctor. Didi, yes, he is a great achiever. Help me welcome Dr. Abayomi Ajayi. Sir, you're welcome to the show.
Pleasure is mine to be here.
Yes, you can see me brilliant with smiles. I'm so happy and excited having you in the studio today.
So am I.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right. Nordica. Nordica, I see, is like an acronym, all right, with the spelling, the way it's being spelled. Okay, it looks like an acronym. We want to know the full meaning of Nordica.
Actually, Nordica is not an acronym. It's the name suggesting our origin.
Wow.
When we started the business in Nigeria, we were in collaboration, we're still in collaboration with the Danish company. And the name of the company is called Nordica. So what Nordica is, it's a franchise, so we just took on the name. So it's not an acronym, but it just signifies where we came from.
All right. It's
Scandinavian.
Okay, beautiful. So it's affiliated to one hospital outside Nigeria.
Yes.
It's a very big one. What inspired you to tour this line of fertility? I wouldn't say infertility because I don't like associating with negativity.
Yeah.
Yes, so I would say fertility is quite unusual.
Yes, especially when we started, because it was like a hopeless thing when we started, in the sense that for female infertility, what we had there was tubal surgery. Okay, and the success rate of tubal surgery was less than 10%. Okay, so and for male fertility, it was also even worse. But that was actually what spurred me into it. That then I started reading about them in some other climes. They were doing something called IVF.
Wow.
Then I started asking myself, 1978, I just entered into medical school when the first baby was born.
That long? 78.
I just entered into, I was in prelims about to enter into medical school in 78.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, so that was when the first baby was born. But as I became a doctor, and the thing, I was actually in residency to become a gynecologist, and still the state of treatment of infertility was still the same. Between 1978 and 1992, when was actually my own turning point, I saw that the treatment was still the same.
Wow.
And so that was I remember we were doing a surgery and I said to my consultant then, I said, are you sure there are no better ways of treating this patient?
Yeah, wow.
And he said, yes, in some other places they will have done IVF.
So you want to say that there are other IVF centers, hospitals in existence before Nordica?
Oh, sure, in Nigeria, yeah. I think the oldest was formed in 1996.
Wow.
Yeah, and we came in 2003, so definitely there's been some clinics before us.
Oh, wow.
But I think with just a lot of tenacity and stuff.
And for sure, Nordica just took over the whole thing. And I was thinking that Nordica was the oldest thing.
But definitely we're not just.
Oh, beautiful. You once described IVF as a necessity and not an option.
Yeah.
All right, for these couples that are looking for children. Are there no other ways of achieving this apart from IVF?
No, definitely there are other ways. You know, you remember what I said that I think about 2000 or so, 2000.
Yeah.
Before then, people were just doing what we call conventional treatment for infertility.
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria, you do tubal surgery for the woman. Okay, sometimes you can do intrauterine insemination. But of course, this is when we look at the commonest reasons for infertility in Nigeria. For example, we know that in the women that tubes are blocked, so those treatments don't have a place. Okay, the only thing when the tubes are blocked that has a place is IVF. When the sperm count is low, which is the commonest reason in men, what you need to do is a kind of IVF called ICSI. So we'll see that in this part of the world especially, and probably in every part of the world, IVF should be like a routine, which it is now in some developed countries.
All over the place.
Yeah, but you know, in Nigeria we still have this idea that it should be like your last resort. Yeah, and that's why one of the things that is making a success rate to be a little bit lower.
Yeah.
It's been shown all over the world that blacks don't do as well as whites.
Is that so?
IVF, for whatever reason.
Is that so? I think I'm hearing that for the first time.
Yeah, but that's been shown where people even live together. The blacks and whites live together.
Wow.
That for whatever reason. Maybe our pathologies are not the same as their own pathologies.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not that it's a significant, not very, very significant difference.
But I feel, personally, I feel that the blacks have gone a long way, and they have come a long way, and they have taken it up from there. So they're doing well. You said infertility in men will there be any condition, any infertility condition in men that will not be treated? Like, I know the area of low sperm count can be treated, but in the area of watery semen,
there's nothing called watery semen.
Okay.
This is it's when there's a problem that people always say it's watery semen. Let's look at it. When a man ejaculates, the sperm cells cannot be seen. What you see is the semen. Okay, and then this has to liquefy, become water, before the sperm cells can be able to move. So actually, for the semen to be watery, it's supposed to be good. Okay. But because you cannot do an evaluation of a semen sample with your naked eyes, you need to see under the microscope. So that's why when you say semen is watery or not watery, the doctor doesn't listen, because he knows that you cannot make a logical evaluation of a semen sample from looking. You need to look at it under the microscope.
That's a great one. And certainly I'm hearing it for the first time again, because I think somebody once said that they went for this treatment, and reaching the result was that the husband's sperm is watery, something like that. A doctor mentioned it, and they said there is nothing they can do about it.
Wonderful. I'm sure, that's one of the things again that we get in Nigeria. Doctors most of the time get misquoted.
Sure.
Because the patient probably is just talking from what she thought the doctor said. I don't think any doctor will say sperm is watery. He can say sperm is low. He can say some parameters, because there's some things we look out for.
Sure.
We look at, apart from the count, we look at the motility of the sperm cells.
Wow.
So, are they able to move from? Because no matter how many they are unable to move and they're not useful.
And there is treatment for all these things.
Well, you see, what we do, what technology has allowed us to do is actually, so when people say treatment, I'm a little bit wheezy, because what technology has allowed us to do is to bypass the problem, not treat the problem.
Okay.
Okay, because if it's like you are a factory,
okay,
and you're making defective materials, we probably can't change it because the imprint is wrong.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's what happens most of the time with men.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we probably can't change what they're doing, but we can make whatever they have for the wife to be able to have children.
Interesting, quite interesting. So much problems in human life. It's getting more interesting here. Let's take a breather. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Celebrating Icons.
On Celebration Icons with Ify, it's a wonderful program.
It's informative, it's educative.
Welcome back to your top movie show on TV.
Welcome back. It is still Celebrating Icons with Ify. Today, as I said earlier, I have a doctor, a gynecologist, and a CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Nordica, Nigeria in West Africa. Welcome back, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
Fine. You have been into the business of putting smiles on the faces of couples. I don't want to say childless couples or couples that have one or two and wants to join more to what they have. And you have been so good putting smiles on their faces. Have you been facing any challenges in this job? Any challenges whatsoever?
Well, challenges, peculiar, none. But sometimes you just wish that IVF success rate was 100%.
That's a good challenge.
Yeah, that you just wish it was 100%. That everybody, I hate to see people with failed cycles.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it's inevitable. We just have to. It's one of the things I don't like doing at all. Having to be confronted with this somebody who has, because I know what people go through in order for them to do the cycles, especially in a country like Nigeria, where you have to, everything is paid out of pocket,
Sure.
The government there's no way that the government can support you in any way, so everything has to be paid out of pocket.
So in other words, you're saying there's no regrets in this job?
Nope. No, I wake up every day with something.
All right. The truth is, I read something about this. You said something at a particular point in time, long time ago though. You said the government. You mentioned the government, all right? Probably the government of Nigeria. Okay? How do you want the government to come into this? Because it is seen as a personal thing, a personal race.
Yeah.
So what do you want the government to do for you?
Okay, maybe very little, but for example, if power is steady,
Number one.
probably, it's cost across all industries.
Okay.
Definitely our cost of production will come down. Because,
Sure.
for example, I have 4 clinics, and in between this I have 13 generators.
Wow.
So you can imagine how much we're spending.
I can imagine.
So if this cost is taken off us, definitely it will make life easier. And then of course the exchange rate is another problem. So they're not things that are peculiar to me, but there are things which probably every businessman, everybody running any industry in Nigeria will want.
To the general
Yeah,
public.
yeah.
Okay, so, and I hope the government is listening. The government of Nigeria, that is where we are right now.
That's
in West
right.
Africa, they should listen and do something about this power. Everybody is talking about power. All right, you have, I call it FTSF, Fertility Treatment Support Foundation. Is a very good one.
Yeah.
Is a good one. Can you tell us more about this?
Okay, FTSF actually is an independent foundation.
Not an NGO.
It's an NGO.
It's an NGO.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's an independent foundation which started in 2008. In the sense that it was initially Nordica started it,
Okay.
but it was not called FTSF. By the time it became FTSF, it had a life of its own. At that point in time, we saw that from my experience that many people wanted to do IVF and they could just not afford it. So we call it expanding access to reproductive technology, EART.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was how we started. But after a while, it took on a life of its own and then became FTSF.
This is why I said that you are so many things in one. You achieve this, you achieve here and there, because so many poor homes, so many people need children.
Exactly.
And another thing is the FTSF, XF, okay, people don't even know how to get in touch. So many people are suffering this.
Yeah.
Okay, take for instance, the poor people in the village. All right, the people that don't have access to phones to access this and get their problems solved. All right. So what way would they get to know FTSF? All right.
You know, FTSF also has its own challenges in the sense that the resources are limited, and therefore FTSF does not intend to play the role of government. Okay, but SPSF will try to help the people it can help. So we are not pretending that because giving only screening 15 people and doing 5 treatment cycles, it's not the solution. It's just scratching it on the surface. But these families that are touched, they, like they say, they are never the same again.
Sure, they can never. Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do in a little way, just to put smiles on people's faces.
For the high and mighty, the people that can access this.
No, this is totally for indigent people.
Okay.
And we make the conditions such that if you're not indigent, you're not likely to want to be part of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
We don't, because we know what the people, the elite, what they don't want to hear.
Okay.
And we put it into the conditions for a FTSF. So that, for example, if you win, you must be ready to talk to the press about it.
Sure.
You know, and you know that in Nigeria, people still try to hide for whatever reasons, and that's also.
Is it only in Nigeria?
Well, I think
all over the place, all over the world, people hide, and why is it so? Why?
It's a little bit different in some other countries.
Are children of IVF not children? Are they not normal children?
They are more than, in fact, they're very, what I see is that they're very, very intelligent. I'm about just to look at it on a broader level and be scientific about it.
Great, because I know if your very first visit at Nordica, you will be impressed, because Nordica children don't even come in twos, they come in threes. You see triplets, you see quadruplets, you see so many of them.
Seriously.
You are doing a great job.
We don't look forward to so many children sometimes. Sometimes, usually, there are people that it's like sometimes, I don't want to say it's an accident in the sense that some embryos split. And
the couples don't even need it.
No. What I mean from the practice point of view.
Okay.
That probably you put 2 embryos and it splits into 3. So once in a while that happens.
Great.
But also sometimes you see a woman who's had 4 or 5 repeated failures.
Oh wow.
And she says, "Doctor, I want 3 embryos." You know.
And she goes for it.
And that's the maximum we want to give.
Okay.
And she goes for it, and the 3 of them become babies.
Nice.
You know, sometimes that happens. So it's, but what we say, I mean, the number of babies really is still a good thing. It's not.
Beautiful. Beautiful. This takes me to the next question right now. You said, you once mentioned that this is an indigenous thing, the FTSF.
Yeah.
All right. And again, it's an indigenous. That means it's a Nigerian thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a great support, and Nordica is all over the place. Nordica is in Asaba, is at Abuja. It started from Lagos, which is a very big one.
Yeah.
So, do we intend to see Nordica outside the shores of Nigeria?
That's the prayer.
Fine.
You know, it's so funny because many people ask me, "Are you from Asaba?"
Wow.
And I said, "No, I'm from Ogun State."
Nice.
And then they say, "How did you get to Asaba?" Not Port Harcourt, not. I mean, it's very simple. What happened was very simple. One of the first patients that we had came from Asaba.
Wow.
And she was successful. And she, out of her own volition, decided to popularize Nadica in Asaba.
Okay.
So we had so many people coming from Asaba, and they were coming to Lagos. Then there was no airport in Asaba.
Oh, wow.
And they were coming to Lagos just to take blood sample.
Great. That's a good one. All right, endometriosis support. Today, doctor, yes, I know you have to laugh over this because there was a time I heard you say that endometriosis has no cure.
It doesn't.
Okay, but of the truth, I have seen a woman who gave birth to not even one. She gave birth to two.
Sure.
I think she was treated. So does it now have treatment?
See, that's what I keep saying. That what technology has given us is
wow.
that we're able to bypass problems.
Great.
It does not solve the problem.
Okay.
For example, if you have endometriosis, that does not mean you can't have children. Especially if you do IVF, for example.
Okay.
You can have children, but that does not say that the endometriosis has gone, has been cured.
Okay.
You know, so you can see people like that who have children with endometriosis.
Wow. Wow, that's
And
really...
we also run the only
endometriosis support
foundation.
Why is it only in West Africa? It's being supported by West Africa. What happened to other African countries?
Well, you know, a few years ago we thought endometriosis was not common in blacks. And some people, I still went for a conference sometimes this year in Kenya, and the doctor was telling me that endometriosis is not common in blacks. And I said, you know what, you need to look elsewhere. You're not looking at the right place. Because endometriosis is in blacks, there's a lot in blacks.
Are you serious?
There is no racial difference in the occurrence of endometriosis.
Wow.
So, but that 30 years ago or so, that was what we're told, but now we know that is not true.
Great.
Endometriosis.
Great.
Unfortunately, we still have the only endometriosis support group south of the Sahara.
But of course, it is a black thing. That means it should not be just a West African thing. Other African countries should come in.
Sure, I think we're going to try to next year we're going to try to involve some of the West African countries.
Fine.
We're doing our endometriosis.
Next year is around the corner.
Oh yeah, we've already fixed the date for the program.
All right. When Nordica came into being, all right, I'm sounding Nordica. My viewers, please don't get it wrong from me because I believe this man has achieved a great lot. When it came into existence, people were happy and it was widely accepted. Okay, but at a time, I think from this year, I read about Nordica having something new, which is the body art cosmetic surgery. Why is that another passion of you? is that another hobby? Is that another thing? Do you think that the acceptance for this will be okay? Because it is believed that an African woman is well built. Because when you talk about cosmetic surgery, you talk about women.
I know. I don't agree, but go on.
They are the ones that want to do it. Okay, fine. It is believed that an African woman, normal African woman, is well endowed. Okay, and has all the figures. So, do you feel that it will be widely accepted the way IVF was accepted? And it's not only IVF, there is IUI, there is IC, blah blah blah. Okay, so do you think that this cosmetic surgery that you have brought into the country will excel?
Well, I firmly believe it because when you look at a woman who, after childbearing,
okay,
you see the good thing about us as Africans, I understand that our skin seems to be better than some other people.
Wow.
We tend to age better than some other people. But at the same time, everybody, when you face your mirror, there is a part of your body you probably are not happy with.
Okay, but okay.
And that's
not to sleep people like us.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. So everybody wants something to be smaller or bigger. Whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
The same to us, everybody. Yeah, sure.
And therefore, that's what body art wants to do.
Okay.
Especially for women. We get fine women, we get them pregnant, and then they have 1 or 2 babies, and they start struggling to go back to shape. You know, and we don't want people to
feel bad or husbands. Is it that you don't want husbands or boyfriends or fiancés to feel
stray.
bad? To stray. I believe they're wired to stray.
No, I don't think so. That's what some women think. No, I don't think so. I mean, mine, I don't think so.
Okay.
On Celebration Icons with Ify. It's a wonderful program.
It's informative, it's educative.
Welcome back to your top show on TV.
Welcome back. Still celebrating icons with Ify show, and it has been so interesting in the studio today. And I want to say, Doctor, you are welcome once again.
Thank you.
Finally, you are widely traveled. As I said before, you are widely traveled. You have been to the places. Which of these places is your most and best relaxation place? Tell us your best relaxation place in Africa and outside Africa. I want to catch you here.
In Africa?
Yes.
Gambia.
Woo! Do you know why I screamed woo? Okay, you'll get to know.
In Europe, Spain.
Okay.
In America, don't laugh at this, Vegas.
I'm laughing already. Beautiful. I would like to visit this place, though you didn't tell me where and where.
Okay.
In Gambia?
In Gambia, the Gambia has only one place.
Okay.
The capital, yeah.
Nice.
There's some resorts around the beach that are very beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. In Spain, yeah, they also have some lovely. I want to go to Greece. I've been to Greece, but they have some islands in Greece that I really want to visit. Also.
Interesting.
Maybe I love the beach, but I love the desert in Vegas.
Interesting. I will toe your line. I will give it a try one day and just fly down there. All right, Doctor, I would like you to look straight to the camera, all right, and talk to the downtrodden in our society, the people that the hopeless ones, the downtrodden, the poor people that believe that nothing can be done, especially the people that are looking for the fruit of the womb. Right? Talk to the people, because sometimes and most times people believe that the road to success is always rough and tough. So tell them one or two things they want to hear.
Well, I think what I'll say to people is that people think you need a lot of money for you to get infertility treated. Infertility treatment is not cheap, but it's not until you have a whole lot of money. And we're so lucky again in Africa that infertility is seen like a family challenge. It's not really, we say it's a personal challenge, but it's really a family challenge. And most people, one person or the other is interested in you having children, and so they're able to help. But the most important thing is that you have knowledge about what the problem is and how to solve it, so that you are in the right place.
Beautiful.
So I think that's what I'll do.
Thank you very much. Doctor, we really appreciate you for coming to the show. All right, we hope to celebrate you more. We hope to celebrate you more. And we hope you will oblige us next time. We'll call on your door.
Anytime.
Because it wasn't easy getting Dr. Abayomi Ajayi. Alright, it has been so interesting in the studio listening to the highest, the biggest, the great gynecologist in the person of Dr. Abayomi Ajayi talk to us. Personally, I'm so impressed and I'm happy. I listened to this man talk to us, and it wasn't easy getting him. So I hope you've learned one or two things from today's show. Believe it. Conceive it in your heart, believe it, and it can be achieved. Thanks for watching Celebrating Icons with Ify. Till I come your way next week, I say remain blessed. And let's chit-chat on our different media pages. Thanks for watching. Ciao.
And it's a wonderful program. I can tell you that this is where you get the utmost information and to learn about people who have done things in their different industries. So keep watching.